Yeah.
And then I'll just see whether or not it tags you on Facebook.
Sure. You can use our normal names. I don't know.
So there we are. So what should I write? At?
Can you try Forst? F-O-R-S-T?
Maybe you try.
Yeah. Let's see. I can order that. I don't know. Yeah. That's the Facebook group, right?
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. I got it. Nice.
I think it's dependent on whether or not you in your profile have allowed somebody to tag you, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Things like that. Yeah, but it seems, it's tagged for sure.
Perfect.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
So
then we're live on TikTok and Facebook.
Yeah, this one's streaming to YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That one's streaming on TikTok.
Yeah.
And this one's streaming to Twitter.
Yeah, okay.
I'll see. It should be up. Yeah, there we are.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
All right. So I'll just put this one in theater mode.
Ja.
Oh, I need to make sure that the sound is on. All right. Now TikTok. Oh, Twitter has sound.
Yeah.
And let's just see whether or not Facebook. I'll just put this one in theater mode. I'll just put this one in theater mode. Alright.
Yeah.
Fine. It's fine. And yeah. Okay. So I think we have it all set up.
Yeah, I think so.
If anything comes up, we'll just handle it. Oh, and you just check your battery, I guess.
Yeah, if it cuts out, it's okay.
If it's getting problematic, we'll just try to circumvent the echo. Because I guess
it's no problem. I mean, you're live streaming, so
it's just pretty far away still. All right. Usually I ask the people from foreign countries the same question or questions. What brings you to Latvia and what are your impressions so far?
Well, it's two completely different questions because what brings us here? That's a long story.
We're actually going down to Italy to reach a festival called Feast of San Giorgio in Sicily.
Yeah.
And we wanted to take the more difficult route.
And the most difficult way to get there, because we bought a car from 1975. It's not in the best condition, so we're probably going to have a lot of problems with it. So we drove through Norway, Sweden, took the ferry over to Estonia, and now we're here in Riga.
Can you adjust it a little bit? See?
Oh, the camera?
Yeah, you are not visible in the frame.
Like that? Now it's working.
All right.
Yeah. So we ended up here. This is,
and Riga's always been a city you've always heard good things about Riga. It's beautiful and it's nice and the people are nice. So we definitely wanted to go here.
Yeah. And yesterday we experienced what's it called? Openness of the people, or the friendliness.
Yeah, actually.
We met you and you gave us a place to stay. That's a good start. And we also met some random.
After the sightseeing stuff. The clock was around 21, I think, 9 in the evening. Yeah. We were going towards the apartments, and I saw through a window, and actually saw people drinking a little bit of rum and throwing sandbags on a cardboard, like a game. And I just looked through the window, and this guy was looking at me and waved me in, and I was okay, Kim. Yeah. Turn around, we're going in here.
So we had a nice evening and playing games and getting to know new people. It's really the friendliness here is something.
Yeah.
Or just the drinking.
Yeah. We didn't drink too much.
No, we took 2 or 3 drinks. Yeah. For the games and the stories.
And so the destination for you is Italy.
Yeah.
How come?
Because it's a long way from home, I guess, and we also wanted to experience Europe and show people that. I mean, a lot of people in Norway think that a lot of parts of Europe are really dangerous and traveling is really dangerous.
It is.
Yeah, but it's not that dangerous. So we wanted to show like it's still hope for the world. There's still like friendly people out there, and yeah.
I don't know much about Norway. Oh, besides we talked about previous guests. Yeah, I had previous guests from Norway, although most of them were not Norwegians. There were people just staying in Norway, either students or workers.
Yeah.
But I have a couple that were Norwegians, but this is the first with Norwegians on the podcast.
Hey.
So, yeah.
Celebration.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah, first.
And so I don't know much about Norway, right? But usually it's more... I remember, I think, who was the director of Fahrenheit 9/11? Do you know the American Michael Moore, I think.
Okay, yeah.
The director, and he said, you just look at Norway, how they are trying to rehabilitate their prisoners. They even have a philosopher in their government. Is that true?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's really weird about the Norwegian prison system, because they even have like it's a summer island outside of Oslo, and like it's not murderers or anything walking there, but I mean thieves and like
basic thugs.
Yeah, basic thugs, and walking around freely on the summer island, and they can go swim, and they have their own housing and everything. But I think the Norwegian prison system actually works, because not a lot of people fall into the prison again after they've been through their sentence. So somehow it works.
The rehabilitation.
Yeah. And you can get education.
Yeah, you can do education in prison, and it's basically a hotel.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. So if you get homeless in Norway, you can just break some laws and you can stay at a hotel.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Why would you need to break the law in Norway? Because I understand you are one of the most happiest people in the world, and meaning that you are also really foundationally stable.
Good question. I mean, there's always evil in the world, I guess. I don't know why some people choose to break the law, but it's probably because of drugs or alcohol mostly, I guess.
What's the situation there?
It's not too bad. I would say there's always a couple of people that fall out of the, what's it called, the normal system.
Yeah.
And I mean, we also have a lot of mental health issues in Norway, some people.
There's a lot of bullying in school and stuff.
So
we don't have like school uniforms and stuff.
Is bullying the same as in, I don't know, some European other countries or Western countries in general?
I don't know, I guess so. But I think the problem is that it's a weird philosophy, but I think you have everything you want in Norway, basically. So you don't appreciate, you just want more, you know?
Which is good.
No, not
you
always.
Always strive for better.
Yeah,
but like
people always do.
Yeah, but it can't get worse, you know? Try to get fast money, easy money, and
Because even though we have like a stable economic system, everything is like expensive either way. Even if you like earn good money, it's
in an unproportional way or a proportional way.
Well, let's say if you're alone today and you want to buy a house or an apartment, you have to have what is it? 15%.
15%, yeah.
In capital, and also you have to like document that you have a salary that could like cover the costs and stuff.
Which is normal, right?
Which is
regular.
Normal.
Yeah.
But they're actually really strict about giving out loans if you're only one.
Yeah.
But if you are a pair, like two, guy and a girl, or girl, guy, then it's even much easier to like get a loan for a house and like start building your life.
So is Norway already has Norway already legalized the same-sex marriage?
Yeah, I think that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I can't remember when, but
I don't remember when, no, but I think it's like maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago.
Maybe longer.
Maybe longer. I actually have no idea.
No. So yeah, it seems to me that that's not a big deal for you guys. In Latvia, they recently started to actually propose the legislation for. Yeah. It's not, technically speaking, it's not the same as same-sex marriage, but the I don't know what to cohabitation, I guess, of same-sex people. Sort of, it's almost like a circumvention. Because we have in our constitution the article that says that the marriage is for a woman and a man, right? So they, without changing the constitution, they wouldn't be able to put it directly into law that same-sex marriage is allowed. So they just sort of tried to regulate the same things as are regulated for marriage, right? But then just saying, it's for people who don't get married.
Oh, okay.
Right, but you still have to register. You have to, basically all the same legal consequences. So it's marriage, but without saying it's a marriage.
Yeah, okay. So it's in the gray zone.
And I recently had actually a couple from Italy here, and they said that in Italy also was the case that they had to make the legislation. She said it wasn't the biggest issue for them, which was a little bit confusing to me because I thought Italy is just a macho culture. But no, she said no, we have a lot of other problems in Italy, so it wasn't such a big deal.
The biggest problem? No.
Yeah, and it seems to me that in Latvia it might also pass, even though there are, I don't know how many, but several religious organizations, several NGOs just trying to fight it. Well, I guess if you could propose that legislation and guarantee the same type of economic system as Norway, I guess you could basically do everything, right?
Yeah, well, I think we have a pretty, open society.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a lot of cultural... a lot of different cultures and a lot of different sexualities, and I think most of it is okay.
I don't feel like there's any like community or something in Norway which totally goes against.
I mean, it's some.
There's always
communities.
There's always people go. Yeah, that's true, but not like going out in the media and like protests and stuff.
Maybe just a couple of people. I mean,
maybe a few posts on social media, but that's about it, I think.
I have heard a couple of I would say conspiracy theories about Norway that they abduct children. That they all have an institutionalized system for abducting children.
It's called
And the second, I guess, goes together with the first one because it's regarding pedophilia. Because I've heard that not just that they want to actually sort of make a political movement for it, but also that they have an institutionalized system for actually getting the network globalized, right? And which is it sounds it sounds too complicated to be true, but maybe there are some inklings. I don't know.
The first one, abducting children, is something called the barnevernet, and it's like let's say if it's a family and the mother and father is like alcoholics or something or drinks a lot, there's an institution who takes the child away because it's not safe for the child to stay in that environment. But sometimes they make the wrong decisions, maybe based on rumors or stuff like that. So, I mean, it's kind of good, but it's also really bad sometimes. So it's...
You mean as in a human error of judgment?
Yeah, correct.
But you can just reverse it, right?
They usually don't. It's a lot of paperwork and a lot of work in general.
Processing time
and stuff. And if we want to make them to like take it back, like the decision, it will take years. Several years. So it's been some big scandals where they actually did a huge mistake and took the children away for basically no reason or the wrong reason. So I don't know. I think it's a kind of good thing. Let's say if your mother and father is like using drugs and stuff, I think it's good to take the child away and give it a safe home, maybe, and like what's it called? Safe upbringing. But sometimes a safe environment.
But do they put them in foster home?
Yeah. Or institutions, or what's it called?
There are theories that also criticize that system, right? That a child needs some type of family. Yeah,
correct. And sometimes it just lives their whole life in the institutions. Sometimes,
And I would say that is worse than actually having a family.
It depends, but I mean, everything in Norway is like rules and strict and everything. So
I don't know. I think several people from Latvia have emigrated during these past 2 years to specifically Norway, because you have a stable economy, and I think the social and the social policies are pretty liberated compared to the rest of the world, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like I told you, we got a lot of people from all over the world, and it's only getting more and more.
But don't you have some type of strict rules for immigration?
Yeah, we do, but I don't know how to pass it.
I don't think no.
Because Sweden is the one who has most of the immigrants, right, from Scandinavia.
Yeah, Sweden. Yeah,
that's true.
But I think they actually made a mistake because in
Sweden.
Yeah, because there's a part in Sweden that's called Malmö. It's the south of Sweden, and they have a lot of immigrants. And now the immigrants have like taken over the whole city. And there's a lot of like
normal.
No, but it's like a lot of gang criminality, and
it's normal.
Yeah, I don't
right?
That's
because if you are a country that respects other cultures, you have to deal with the consequences that other cultures are more violent.
Yeah, correct.
Very true.
That's what Norway is trying to keep down, not like to get the same situation that they got in Malmö with the gang criminality and everything.
But does it mean that you just sort of disperse the immigrants, or you don't take up as much?
We don't take up as much. I think we're more strict than Sweden. I think so, and I think we also disperse them all over the country.
Yeah.
So do you have any, I don't know, friendly rivalries with Sweden? Or
friendly rivalries.
Any anecdotes or something like that?
It's like a friendly brother country.
I kind of always thought that Norway is basically just Sweden that got separated 100 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, we were in the union with Sweden, and before that we got ruled by Denmark. Yeah.
So
what's the point of having a separate country then?
Good question.
Really good question.
I mean, Sweden and Norway and Denmark are pretty much the same, I guess.
The Danish use more drugs, right?
Probably more alcohol.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah. Also, the ganja.
Yeah, probably in
Copenhagen.
Yeah, Copenhagen, I guess.
Copenhagen, yeah.
And what's it called? The
Christiania. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, the own city, the free city, and outside Copenhagen.
Because I've only heard stories about it.
It's true.
I've never seen it.
No, it's really true. It's some laws from way back which are not allowed to rewrite. So
really,
the laws for that.
Is it because it's a kingdom?
Probably, I don't know. But
I don't remember the basics of it or why it's there. But there's a law or some laws that they wrote it and it's not allowed to rewrite it. So it's still in place. So they can't do anything about it.
Or they just don't want to, right?
Yeah, maybe
because if a law has been passed, there's I don't know any law in world history that couldn't be changed by the same who made the law.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like a small place where it's freedom, I guess. So
yeah,
the Danish people
they sell ganja in small markets.
Yeah, coffee shops and stuff.
Yeah, coffee
it's
shops.
like a small part of Amsterdam.
Guns?
No, ganja.
Ganja.
Yeah. It's like Amsterdam, just a small part of Denmark, I guess.
Yeah.
So would you say that Norway is on a stable track nowadays? Because I've heard of Swedish people that they are really worried.
Yeah, I would say so. It looks like it, but I'm telling you, the problem with Norway now is, I think, the mental issues. I think there's a lot of people struggling with mental issues.
Well, what do you mean? I mean, you are a wealthy country. I mean, every society has mental issues.
Yeah, but the problem is you don't get help.
But if you would be in Norway, you would be more likely to get help than anywhere in the world, right?
You think so? I don't know how it is around the world, but I know if you have to.
Because if you have a stable system, you just have maybe more resources and time to actually look at different issues that are the same in other countries, but they don't have the time to actually deal with them. So it's almost like a latent crime, right? If you don't have any police, it seems like there are no crimes being investigated, so there are no crimes.
Yeah, correct. Right. And it's the same, we don't have enough psychiatrists. So if you need a psychiatrist or need to talk to a psychiatrist, you need to wait for at least, 2-3 years just to talk for the first time. And then if the state wants to assign you to a psychiatrist, you almost need to kill yourself before that time. And if you try to kill yourself and you survive, then maybe you'll get a psychiatrist.
But what would be the reason that you need a psychiatrist?
I don't know.
Because it seems to me that you probably, on a population density, probably you have more psychiatrists than all others, right?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Who
I'm not sure.
who could have the most? Let's just Google.
Yeah. But it's the same with police as well.
Most,
we don't have enough police.
Most psychologists per capita, right?
Yeah.
So it's popular. Oh, Argentina.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, psychiatrists, but that's not the same. But so, which countries have the most psychiatrists? Monaco.
Norway.
Oh yeah, Norway second.
But it doesn't help.
But still, I mean, Monaco is just billionaires hanging around.
Yeah,
Yep.
true.
They don't have anything other than to do just to talk. Norway,
Yeah.
Belgium, Netherlands. See, the most wealthy country. Oh, except Greece.
Yeah.
But most wealthy countries, other than that, have the most psychiatrists. So
Yeah.
there you go. You are on the top level.
Yeah. But it still doesn't help. It's not enough.
Yeah, but don't you think it's the same as with doctors in general? That the more doctors you have, the more disease you have.
Maybe.
Because there's, I don't know what if the precise saying, but the basic gist is, you live longer the less you go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Well, except I guess where people have some vices, where they, I don't know, drink too much or something like that. But
Yeah.
other than that, if you go to a doctor, you are a human, so you could be diagnosed with something all the time.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like somebody's perfect,
Yeah.
completely healthy.
Yeah.
That's just
Never.
that's a non-existent topic. Yeah. But there you go, Norway after Monaco, because Monaco is really not a country, right? It's just a small kingdom for billionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
We're actually driving through it, so we have to see. Never been there. I don't know much about it.
I know there's an F1 race there in end of May, and we think we're going to be there end of May-ish. So it would be really cool to like watch the Monaco Grand Prix.
If you say you have a philosopher in your government, then I think you might be a society who thinks a lot.
Yeah.
Or thinks deep.
But it's I don't know how to explain it, but I think they're focused on the little things, you know, like the taxes and like how to get more money into the state, and they're not seeing like the bigger picture, if you ask me. And it's like,
What would be the bigger picture?
good question. That's not up to me to decide, but I'm not a politician. But
Would you like to be?
not at all. Why not?
Don't you care about other fellow humans?
Yeah, I do. But I think
See?
but it's really hard to make the right
Dilemma.
decisions sometimes. I was thinking the best thing would be for democracy to have like this voting online.
All right.
Yeah, just say if you want to pass this bill, press yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Everybody does that. Easy. Democracy.
Will you go through Switzerland?
Yeah.
On our trip, yeah.
Yeah, when we go home.
So that's the one democracy that's in town these days.
Yeah. Maybe.
Because I guess Norway doesn't have euthanasia, right?
What?
Euthanasia.
I don't know what that is.
Assisted killing?
No.
Or assisted death, I don't know.
No.
What's the...
No. I think they travel to, is it Switzerland?
Yeah. Switzerland has it.
Yeah. They travel there if they want that.
And Switzerland has also those, I think, methadone clinics. Or
Oh yeah, we do the same. Yeah. We
yeah.
have the same. Yeah.
So I guess Switzerland is the best for really seeing democracy at work and also social policy at work. And about Switzerland, you know, the only critique about Switzerland was always that they are protecting the rich and different dictator money and so. But I guess nowadays it's not really an issue anymore because they are even with the Russian thing. I think they seized the assets nowadays, which basically they abandoned their neutrality.
Yeah, they did for the first time since World War II, I think.
No, even before that, I think they were always neutral.
Yeah.
And now it's not anymore.
No.
And did I hear correctly that in World War II, Norway was sort of occupied by Nazi Germany?
Correct.
And the ones in government in Norway who cooperated were afterwards they had a trial?
Yeah, correct. I think they were shot.
Damn, that's cold.
Yeah, I know. It's cold.
Yeah, because
It was.
what would be the other option for them to fight back at the time?
Yeah, I mean, we had some people fighting back. And we actually had one of the... What's it called?
Guttapåskaven.
Yeah, we had our own military group that actually stopped the Germans from getting something called tungtvann.
Which are used in like nuclear weapons. But
Yeah, but I suppose it's almost like just sabotage.
Yeah, sabotage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically
yeah,
that,
yeah.
it was not a military group. They were like
They were
regular people.
CIA-backed special operations.
Yeah, no.
No, because as far as I understand, Sweden was full of CIA operatives at the time, and they traveled back and forth to Norway as well. Because
They stayed neutral in the war, Sweden. Like,
technically.
yeah, neutral. Yeah, the country of Sweden stayed neutral.
It's like what's it called? Plausible deniability, the policy that America has always, right? If somebody gets caught or something happens, yeah, we don't know them. Those are not our people, right? He has 8 different American passports. Yeah. What do you know, right?
Nothing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people actually fled from Norway to Sweden. Yeah, at that time.
From Norway to Sweden because of the neutrality.
Yeah. So once you got into Sweden, you were probably like safer, or
safer.
Yeah.
You had to like hide and stuff. So.
But did Norway experience any repressions? I just think you just went about your day most of the time. Well, not you guys in particular, but
no,
generally
I think
speaking.
we had some problems like with what's it called, the camps and stuff. And
With the what?
The camps, what's it called, like not like Auschwitz, but
Oh, the concentration camps.
yeah. I think we had 1 or 2 of them
Oh.
in Norway, where Norwegian people were sentenced.
Mm-hmm.
And we had, of course, a lot of people fighting back, and but except for that, I guess it was going like normal.
Do you mind if I close the window?
No problem. No. Det er litt vanskelig å ha politisk på engelsk.
Ja, jeg kan ikke politikken.
Nei. We just discussed that we don't know a lot about politics, or we don't know about history. We just
Well, you can say what did you study? What did you go to school for? What are your interests?
yeah, we're interested in traveling and making documentaries. So like
But you didn't study for it, right? You just
no, we didn't study
like
for it. So everything we learned in school, we just forgot about it, I guess. And we are like IT consultants. So
From Norway.
yeah.
Does it have a big IT sector in Norway?
Yeah, actually, in Oslo there's a lot of big companies, and I work for the state in the city I live in, and he works for some
private business.
Yeah, fixing cash registers or
POS
IT
systems.
Yeah.
What are the biggest companies nowadays? Because we had Statoil.
Yeah,
right?
Circle K.
And, but now it's Circle K, and I think it's owned by Polish people.
No, it's Norwegian.
Well, then they basically bought.
I think it's the same. I think it's the same company. They just changed the name.
I think they got bought by Polish.
I think so. Yeah, maybe we got what's it called the oil.
Equinor.
Equinor. Yeah.
So, Circle K is an international chain of convenience stores owned by the Canadian multinational for bankers in Circle K. Oh no. Founder, headquarters, parent, Tushkart. Oh no, so I guess Canadian then.
Canadian, okay. But I think the oil is from Norway. Equinor. Equinor, yeah.
Equinor?
Yeah, Equinor, yeah.
Multinational energy company.
Oh.
Something happened?
Yeah, it's just fallen.
So now it's called Equinor,
Yeah.
and the government of Norway owns 2/3.
Yeah. That's
so,
the cool thing about actually. So I think it's really interesting.
So you are better than Saudi Arabia.
Maybe.
Pretty sure.
The cool thing.
Yeah, I think we are pumping more oil than Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, and the best thing about it is that when they found the oil, they saved a lot, or the state saved the money. That's called oljefond or the oil fund.
Yeah, it's another fund. Yeah.
Where they buy a lot of. There's like a group of specialized people who buy a lot of stocks in every company, and the money just keep growing. And you can go online and you can see the live count of how much money is in the oil fund right
Really?
at the moment. Yeah, and I think it's something like $174 billion or something.
It's a lot of money. But we don't use it.
No, we don't use it, but we save it up for later.
Yeah. To whenever the apocalypse hits, then we can't use it because no one takes money anymore.
Yeah.
So it sounds really good.
So,
think you can
Norwegian
go-
oil fund.
Yeah. I think you can find it there.
The fund.
Is it that one? Yeah, this is the value.
Yeah, but it's Norwegian krona. I
Yeah.
don't know what's
If you divide it by 10,
by 10.
yeah,
Really, just by
and then
10?
euros, yeah, and it's euros. So it's
Wow.
something.
So this one is, I think, 11 trillion, right?
Yeah,
This one is a million.
Yeah.
This one's a billion.
Yeah.
So this one should be a trillion.
yeah. Then it's a trillion euros.
Yeah. So it's a little bit more than trillion euros.
Yeah.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, but that's selfish if you don't use it.
Yeah, I know. We're saving it
But
up.
we don't use it like basically in Norway.
We're just saving up for like when the oil ends and
Yeah.
when it's disaster hits. And the thing is, they get like taxes from us and a lot of stuff, and they don't use that money in particular for like health or building the roads or.
No, it's just like sitting there. Or not sitting there, it's just growing because people are buying stocks, selling stocks with
Yeah.
that money.
So the brokers get rich.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was thinking just like 11 trillion euros. Just imagine how much money that would be divided, or
A trillion euros.
we can help the whole world with that money.
Should you?
Maybe we should like.
It's
I don't know.
just a really strange, that you would be the exception to the rule, because usually if a country is really oil rich or some resource rich, it means that they won't see any of some social policies or benefit to the people. It's just more gangsters getting a hold of it, and then dividing the proceeds and the spoils.
Yeah, I think we used at least the Norwegian state sent a lot of money down to Ukraine. I know. I can't remember exactly how much, but I think it was like
Yeah, it was
80 million euros.
I think
Is that
so.
right?
Yeah, 800 millioner.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So it's something we're helping, and I mean we're sending a lot of money out to the rest of the world as well. But I'm pretty sure we could help a lot more.
Well, you feel it seems to me that you almost feel obligated to do so, but I guess it's just Norwegian speaking in you, right?
I don't know.
You don't need to be altruistic for everybody. You cannot save everybody, right?
No, I know. I understand that. We can help where we can. I feel like,
So would you say that you are confident in Norway's ability to handle these tough times?
Yeah, I think so.
What's actually the situation there now with all the corona, with all the Russia, Ukraine?
Oh, the corona is gone, or it's not gone, but it's no more.
We've opened up.
Yeah, we opened up the country. So.
And we're taking in some Ukrainian refugees,
but not a lot.
Not a lot. Also, I saw that they mentioned they've seen a little bit more of Russian activity in
north of Norway.
Yeah, north of Norway.
Yeah.
So we're strengthening
our small military.
Our small military there.
Norway is a part of NATO, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, if Russia wants to take over Norway, it will be done in like 15 minutes, I'm sure.
Yep.
Because
I thought Norway has quite a
the best
big military.
No, it's not the
no,
big.
no, we're not big at all. But we're the best in the world.
For what?
Tactical or?
Tactical, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess you have some from pretty nice special forces.
Yeah,
we do.
Because you have the climate for it.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that was like also showing in World War II, where you had like the big mountains and everything, and like the Norwegian people who are getting used to the climate and nature, where the Germans were not as used to it. So it helped a lot, like tactical and strategical.
Yeah, it's probably the case that Norway cannot be really conquered.
No,
but
we're too few. We're too few.
How many are you?
In the military,
no.
I don't remember. Oh,
also in general.
5.6.
Yeah, something like that.
5.6
and it's growing, right?
Yeah, it's growing, but not too fast.
No,
not too fast.
I think they said like in 50 or 60 years, if we don't do anything about the like reproduction of people of Norway, we will start to like disintegrate because we are not producing enough children.
Yeah. But now it's still in a positive trend, right? Just not enough.
I think it's going like
I think we're flatlining.
Yeah,
because the average in Europe is already declining.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we are used to. Well, we are not used to living comfortably in Europe, I think, most of the time. So now with all these technologies and stuff like that, people just want to enjoy it other than, you know, some Muslim villages.
Yeah, just
having nothing to do and raising 8 children.
Yeah, the same as it was like 50 years ago.
Or 100.
100 maybe.
Yeah, then
50 years ago was the 70s.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Then we were producing a lot.
A lot of children. Yeah,
you needed help at the farm and stuff.
Yeah, after the war, we're actually going to have a problem, or we had a problem with it because Norwegians, probably all over Europe, but they got a lot of children right after the war to celebrate. And then we had like this big flock of old people who needed like to go to retirement homes, and we were not enough old people to take care of them. So that was an issue, but now it's. I think it's the problem is gone.
So, any issues that you find in Norway these days?
Not in particular. I don't know.
Do you like the politicians? Do you like the?
I mean, I don't care.
Education system. Do you like the? I don't know. What do you like? The police system. You know, the freedoms that you enjoy. Because these last 2 years, I think in most of Europe. People actually were either embarrassed or afraid how fast governments can turn on them. Yeah,
correct. No, I mean the politicians. I don't care too much about it because it doesn't really matter which what's it called, regering. Which of them, the parties you choose, because they're like basically the same almost, like the biggest ones.
Well, if you have lots and lots of options, of course the most competent people probably wouldn't like to go into politics if they can go into I don't know, business or something like that, because it has probably more money, less publicity, less negative publicity at least, and all those things, right? But then again, it seems to me that Norwegians wouldn't on average be really concerned about living standards. I think you should be concerned about just having the best possible.
Yeah, it is. And it's always like I told you, the small things we're complaining about, like raising taxes for the toll roads. Or,
Norwegians are always complaining.
Yeah, that's true.
We're complaining people.
Yeah.
This means you are thinking people.
Yeah, maybe. But we're complaining about stupid things.
Like?
Yeah, taxes. Like I told you, like taxes. If they raise the toll passage for cars for like 1 kroner or 2 kroners, we're going to complain. If they...
Because the
like basic
wealth,
stuff,
the wealth should be measured by the fact how much you can afford, right? So the only right movement would be towards everything being less expensive.
Yeah, correct. That's why we're always complaining about it. We're complaining about oil right now, or the prices of the gas, and we're complaining about the electricity and everything. It's more expensive now than it's ever been, though. That's true. But
so you have also the inflation.
Yeah,
but that's because Norway is stupid.
But wait a second, Norway should be self-sufficient, right?
We actually are.
Yeah, but we're selling everything to the rest of Europe and the rest of the world.
Because we're stupid. We don't keep what we need. We just...
Oh, really?
Yeah,
we just sell it.
Yeah, like the electricity.
I thought you meant you sell the surplus.
Yeah, and more of it, because they like empty the chambers for electricity and send it to the rest of Europe. So that's why the prices keeps going up for us as well. And the same with the gas and oil as well.
Yeah, that sounds a little bit weird.
Yeah, it is.
It's stupid, to be honest.
So why do you think that is then? Is it the education system? Is it the culture that doesn't allow them to... Because you can be...
I think, like I told you...
Because Norway isn't in the European Union, right?
No, we're almost.
Well, it's an economic zone, but you don't have a membership status as in...
no, we have something called
in Germany.
EUS.
Yeah, EUS.
Yeah, what's I think Switzerland has also the same.
Maybe.
Because they are in the economic zone, but they are not in the EU.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Right, and I think that's for you guys especially privilege, or at least a benefit, because you can make your own rules.
True. Yeah, that's correct. And there was actually voting to join the EU, and there's always voting for it, but nobody wants it. At least.
You are fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. I mean, in the Baltics, we won it because, look, after the Soviet Union collapsed,
Yeah.
everybody was corrupt.
Yeah.
And if they weren't, they got shot.
Oh, okay.
Right? I mean, it was the
Yeah.
90s were considered, the racketeer years.
Oh.
Right? And so, if you are in the jungle, there's no real time for, trying to explain to somebody that actually we can cooperate and
Yeah.
then it will be more beneficial for both of us.
Mm.
No, if somebody has a gun, you better run or you have a bigger gun.
Yeah, okay. But it's safer now, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. The last 2 years again
Yeah.
have made a big impression on me in a negative sense
Yeah.
because not only was the government showing its true colors in many respects, but they just don't care whether or not the majority wants something or not. But the other thing is the what's it called? The assassinations in Latvia have increased. I don't know how many times.
Oh.
So it means that organized crime groups are fighting.
Yeah.
Maybe some agents. I don't know. You never know, right? You just see on the news that some dude got shot in midday on the street with a Kalashnikov, right?
Oh.
So you think,
Yeah.
I didn't think that will be a thing
Yes. No.
nowadays still.
Yeah,
But
right.
but in the past 2 years, I think we had at least like five assassinations where you saw on the news that
Wow.
Which is insane.
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, I think it always was the case. You just, if somebody disappeared, right, nobody can say anything. He just disappeared, right? And so those disappearances, they occurred every once in a while. So I don't think they have gone away. It's just that now they need to do it faster,
Yeah.
which means they do it more brutal or more direct.
Yeah.
So I mean, 10 years ago, for instance, a lawyer was just, his car was found and abandoned in a forest, right? And he hasn't been found ever since, right?
Oh.
So who knows what happened to him, right? But a year ago, some type of sports agent, which I think that people considered him also some part of a sort of I don't know, network of criminals or something like that. Yeah, he just got shot. He was driving his SUV to the street. An SUV just ran towards him, right? Stopped him, and then they just pulled out the machine guns, buried him, and then left.
It's
and
like
it's on camera, right?
Yeah.
Because nowadays it's just every house has almost always a camera towards the street and stuff. So yeah, most of the last assassinations have been filmed.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's the weird thing because it's a like completely different world from Norway. I feel like super safe when I go in Norway, but I also felt safe here as well. But I mean, yeah.
Easy now. You have the most recognizable mass murderer in recent history, right?
Yeah, I know, but I think that's a one time happening. Hopefully, it was really mental. And
didn't he say why he did it?
yeah,
Probably to save somebody, right?
No,
What
it was
it?
he was what's it called? He was kind of brainwashed from I don't remember the name of the group, some neo-Nazi group, some underground neo-Nazi group, and he was killing the young people because they joined they would already joined the political party that wanted more immigration, and he didn't want that.
So he's a nationalist.
Yeah, something like that.
See,
Yeah.
it's just an extreme form of
A
nationalism.
really extreme one. So, but nothing like that has ever happened since World War II. So
In Norway, at least.
in Norway, at least, yeah.
Well, that was, I think, after the financial crisis, right?
Yeah, after 2008, yeah.
Yeah, and if you say that you consider you don't consider I don't know how many, almost 30 psychiatrists per 100,000 people enough.
Yeah. No,
That's a risk, right?
Yeah.
That after such crisis, I don't know how is it in Norway nowadays? Do people generally consider it a crisis nowadays, or just go about their day and complain about just petty
Second
things?
one.
Yeah, the second one.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you are good. You're good. No, for me, the past 2 years in Latvia, it was really frightening how fast. Because I guess they want to make the political system more accessible to the American interests of business, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to nationalist interest, meaning, all right, we protect our people, we try to take care of them, Oh man, I don't think there was any time in history where so much people left the country.
Oh.
Because just, think about it. In 2020, you lock down the country, you don't allow people to work, to earn money. They have their loan payments or whatever, right? 2 years. It's 2 years, almost straight, 2 years, right? And then comes this hyperinflation. Plus, they still cannot do much of the things that they need, right? So 2 years, you've been just living on a string, and then you still don't do anything or much anything. So I think, and it was the case that in 2021 they introduced the mandatory vaccination for the public sector. A little later they introduced the almost universal a mandatory COVID vaccination for the private sector. Well, unless you had the total option to just work remotely. Right. And I think the statistic was that in the private sector, when they introduced that one, the second one, I think in the private sector, something like 70,000 people got laid off. In Latvia, right, where we have maybe 1.5 million people. Maybe.
That's a lot of people.
And nobody just cared. Basically, the politicians said, "Well, get vaccinated."
That's it.
Just see, it's like a brutal position to take, right? And so the people, I mean, I've known people who were really quite optimistic most of the time, right? But during these 2 years, they just become different people. Become different people, and nobody trusts the system anymore.
No.
It seems to me that really, if you want to be, let's say, real patriot nowadays, you would need to be a complete idiot. Well, it seems to me, right? Because so many things were so obviously done not in favor of the Latvians in general, right? In favor just to some foreign business interests, or because
it's all about the money.
I don't know if it's all about the money. Maybe it's about power. Maybe it's about just geographic interests, right? Because I know, for instance, for the Americans, Latvia would be the best place to place their rockets against Russia.
Of course.
Because they wanted to do that in the early 2000s.
Oh, they wanted to? Okay,
and then Putin said, "What are you thinking about here?" Right? And then they placed it in Poland.
Oh, okay,
But they wanted in Latvia.
Okay, I thought it was Lithuania.
No, Lithuania. Well, Lithuania has several things. The most famous being the secret prisons for the CIA.
Oh, okay. In Lithuania?
They had some black sites in Lithuania that got leaked. I mean, probably all countries have black sites for central intelligence agencies, right? But those Lithuanian got leaked by some journalists.
Oh, okay. Wow. Because I know we're sending military down to Lithuania, or the few people we can send. I think it was 40 people or something.
I think Norway has also sent some people to Latvia.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, for the international battle group.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Because I mean NATO, so I've seen, because I was up to last year I was in the military, and I saw regularly Norwegian uniformed people.
Okay.
But most people are from Canada, of course. Canada, a bit Americans, and then it's just most other countries are just almost symbolically a few people here and there, just to call it a multinational.
Of course. But let's say, like you talked about the crime or the shootings and stuff. Is it like which part of the country is like the worst? Let's say.
I don't think there's a worst part of the country, but generally speaking, the demographic would be the places where dirty money was harboring themselves. So in Riga, for instance, that would be probably the I don't know, the area, I guess, where most of the rich people live, because Russian mobsters liked and still like to live like big wigs, sort of, right? And they usually were living in the places where there was traditionally for the finer society, right? So it's in Riga, it's called the Mežaparks and Baltazars, and then also in Jūrmala, which is a city nearby, to Riga, and there was the sort of like the spa city or the well, people go mostly in the summer, right? So and usually in the summers also a lot of Russian citizens travel specifically to Latvia for that reason, to just visit that town, because it was traditionally a sort of spa town for the Soviet Republic high society, and it inherited that status also in these years. But I mean, nowadays Russia is being isolated, I guess, completely. Which is weird, right? Because it's our neighbor. So what do we do with him? Just build a new Cold War wall?
Yeah, I think it's not. It's not, from what I've seen, it's not the Russian people who wants that. This one crazy guy. So.
I think that a lot of people in Latvia have me convinced that there are enough people who are brainwashed in Russia. Meaning, I've
the older ones, I guess, the elderly.
That's what I've seen as well.
Not necessarily.
The younger ones
I had a 20-something here sitting from Russia, basically explaining that what Stalin did was right, but he didn't choose the right methods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's a little bit, you know.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Not progressive. Yeah. Because it would be almost like saying Mao was a leader for the people, right? Yeah, of course he did something, right? But you cannot neglect the Cultural Revolution with I don't know how many 100 millions of deaths.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So it's still going on now, because the Russia thing is interesting, because even though you have nowadays the internet and all these options to educate yourself, they're not bothered by it. Many Russians, like in all big countries, basically they consume mostly national media.
Yeah. Okay.
So they are not looking. They are not looking outside. What are other people thinking? It's just we are a big nation. We are under siege by the Americans, by the capitalists, by the Zionists.
Yeah.
Every by the Freemasons, whatever, right? We have all those, and maybe it's true, because Brzezinski in his book in the 70s wrote in the Grand Chessboard. He wrote about it, that Russia needs to be divided, and Russia and Ukraine will be a integral part for it. So he basically said 50 years ago. He was a strategist for the foreign policy for America. So it's not like they don't think about these things and don't mention them, right? It's just that how many people read books nowadays?
Yeah, good question.
It's just
we don't.
No, we don't. Unfortunately, but
well, you are IT guys, right? Both of you?
Yeah.
Well, so that puts you still in the top notch of intellectual capacity, right?
Maybe.
I guess
feel
so.
like it.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Good with computers and stuff. That's it. I'm good with computers and stuff, but that is it.
Yeah, but I think when you measure cognitive ability, IT people should, in general, have almost the most.
Yeah, well, we can both take information well, and if we want
learn
to
fast, and I guess so.
But
I think this is way more fun just to make documentaries, if you ask me.
Oh, so what's the documentary thing about?
Yeah,
we're not we're not mechanics. We don't know much about cars.
No,
we've learned a lot, but we still don't know much. So we're driving a shitty car. It's not
on purpose.
On purpose,
yeah, of course, yeah. Because if stuff happens, we can get in contact with people, and we need to
meet people and listen to stories.
We got some.
Okay.
We just don't want to travel from A to B and go to the beach and drink beers and that's it. We want to experience the real deal, and we want to make ourselves some challenges.
It sounds really cliche actually, but it's the journey that's the experience.
Yeah.
Well, to me, to be perfectly fair, it sounds like you guys are just bored.
Yeah, it's true.
No, we're not that bored, but I mean, it's cool to travel around in a special way, if you ask me.
Well, it makes it more interesting for sure. I've met several types of people, and I've had people who actually, I think, also visited Antarctica, and then said, I just, when I come to a new country, I just I just look around. I don't have any purpose. I don't know where I will be staying, what I will be eating.
Yeah.
I'll just go to the street, ask people, start randomly asking people, and then see what happens. See what happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess. Look, if you wouldn't have anybody to talk to afterwards, right? Would you still do it? I think most of the people wouldn't. I think it's something of an accomplishment to do things differently, but also having the ability to talk about them. So having somebody who will actually enjoy the story, for instance.
Yeah.
But there have probably been adventurers who have done crazy things and nobody knows about them because they were really about that life. They just wanted to, live to the fullest, and they didn't care if anybody knows about them.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I mean, I would say in the middle for us. We of course want to show Norway what we're created with filming and everything, but I'm also thinking, like, and we talked about it, that just quitting the job and just going without any plans or anything. And I don't know if I would show the world or show Norwegians how I would end up doing that.
Well, you of course have the sort of possibility of ending up still where you wanted to end up, right? Having lots of stories.
Yeah.
And then the question will be, what comes next?
After this, or after this, we're probably gonna take this the video back to the TV production company, and let's say if they enjoy it, they're gonna cut it and edit it, and then probably sell it to the Norwegian television. And if that is a success, then maybe we can just continue traveling and making documentaries or travel videos.
And then, would you like to be not IT guys, but some media personality?
Correct. Yeah, that's the dream.
But specifically on because you could do it on YouTube, right?
Yeah, you could.
Just a travel blog.
Yeah, true.
But then you have to like,
I mean, it's the Norwegian television isn't like as much competition as the whole world, I don't think we're probably the best, like the most professionals or anything. Yeah. But on YouTube you see like all these people going to like in the jungle in Africa and all these crazy, like a bit more like insane things. And I think that's we can't compete with that, but we can compete with a lot of stuff that's in the Norwegian television, I guess.
And what is in Norwegian television these days?
You can see a boat 24/7 driving from coast to coast, and you can see what else? A train? No, it's a lot, but it's mostly American TV shows and some kind of documentaries about random stuff, I guess, in Norwegian. But mostly American TV shows.
Which is basically the whole world, right?
Yeah.
Or at least the information boundaries that we are living in. Because I don't know what's happening in Africa, for instance. Right? But other than that, in the Western world, America rules.
Yeah, true.
So would you say that Norway is going the same route as Germany or France, just being more Burger King oriented?
Oh yeah, 100%. I would say we're like small America soon. Soon.
Why would you say that?
Well, because we're getting like a lot of the fast.
You are the former Vikings.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
At one time, but it's a long time ago.
Not anymore. Yeah.
No. But I think we're getting influenced by everything that's on the media and everything that's on the TV and all the music and everything. And
because in Norway we all, or when we were young, we got like the flip phones.
Dude, you are still pretty young.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
not too bad. But we grew up at a time without the internet.
Yeah.
So we've liked run in the woods, climbed a tree, fell down, broke a leg and stuff. But nowadays you get iPhone 10 or 12 or whatever at the age of 10.
Yeah, something like 9, that. And they all just go like we do actually now, but they all go on TikTok and Instagram and they just photos. That's
they're doing.
That's everything. I mean, they're
getting an iPad to play Minecraft and stuff when they're 5 years old. So it's a lot of screen time.
Yeah, but we would have done the same if we had the chance.
I know, and I'm really glad that I had the chance to like not do that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So it's just the pace is different, but I think the processes are the same. We are just looking to avoid any self-confrontation, right? It's just you want distractions, you want entertainment.
Yeah, correct.
You want some
and you get it 24/7.
Fast pleasure.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
and you can get it all the time if you want to on this smartphones.
Yeah,
and I guess that's the way evolution works.
Yeah, but it shouldn't go that way or not like all the time. I mean,
but what is the merit of having difficulties? Just random difficulties. Think about it. If we seek pleasure, is there a real point where you get too much pleasure?
Yeah.
When?
If you always get pleasure, you don't know the downside.
Well, you get spoiled a bit, but other than that.
Yeah, but I mean,
you still feel hunger, right? You still feel.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But I mean, you want some challenges. It's like or
do you
learn
want
how
them?
to. You don't want it,
no.
but you need it sometimes to like teach
develop.
how to develop and learn how to cope with. What? No, for life.
The way of thinking.
Yeah.
Consequences and stuff.
But wouldn't you say it's just a comparison game? Because if you don't compare yourself to anything, you wouldn't be ashamed of not doing those challenging things. Just being a random human biorobot through life until you just die.
Yeah, but life doesn't work like that. Life is like up and down and up and down. You need to handle this hard situation that's going to hit all of us.
Here's the thing. What we don't really acknowledge is that not everybody is living similarly even in the broad spectrum, because there are people in the world who are raised from a young age to feel superior just because they are there, not because they have any talents, but you come from this, I don't know, sheikh or whatever.
Yeah.
You get what you want. Everybody in the world is your servant, and it's normal.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of when's the last train going, right? For them to appreciate what they have.
Yeah.
And I think there are a lot of people who just don't. They miss the train up until they are at their funeral.
Yeah. Maybe some people do that. But I think most of us experience life like upside and downside, and you need to handle both the upsides and of course the downsides. You can't just live like in a straight line all the time, you know?
Well, because it's not a compatible format for a, let's say, 1.5 hour movie, right? For drama to be effective, you need some type of dynamic.
Yeah,
but in life, I would expect from Norway people more a moderate approach. Yeah, we like to stay really just
usually
on baseline.
Yeah, usually.
Usually, but not every time.
Not every time, no. But like most Norwegian people are like that, like in a straight line, I would say. Like,
I would also guess for instance Finnish people.
Yeah, the same thing, and I feel the same thing for Estonian people.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. But you in Latvia seems a bit more happy and forthcoming, and or at least the people we've met. So,
that's probably the thing that you have, for the most part at least, probably mapped out where you will be going at least, right? It's not like you just drive in and then you see what can be done, right?
We do that. We don't have any plans.
No, I mean you still use the internet for research or
of course.
something, right?
Something,
Because physically you could just, all right, let's just start, see where we are going, then, right, and end up in the woods cold.
Yeah,
right.
Stuff like that happens. I mean, but we have something plans like for the day, but not the next day usually.
I think I can relate to that. It's just that when we think about life in general, I think you probably would like to have those comforts always if possible, because you just need a reminder that it's not something that was always there, right? But then you can appreciate, because look, we haven't experienced war ourselves, right? But we know we don't want to experience it.
Correct.
We would think that if we experienced, we would be tougher people. We would be more appreciative of things, right? But still, I don't want to experience war in general.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I don't want. Nobody wants those situations, but I mean,
there are people who would like to.
Probably,
Because a little bit of me would also probably be curious about having the option to just be allowed to legally kill somebody, right?
I think everybody's curious about
look at
it.
That, right? Because that's what usually the clinical psychologist. I think Jordan Peterson, if you have heard.
Yeah,
of him.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, says that everybody has their Nazi in him. Right? It's just a matter of whether or not the circumstances are there to make it grow.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, the thing I was thinking about is like with life itself. We have family, most of us, and family dies, we get sick. There's a lot of like health-related issues, and you need to cope with that. Like after, like let's say your mother dies or something. And if you're just used to like living in a line like this, and then you suddenly get a downfall, you need to know how to get back up again.
I think when you look at the history in, 18th century, 19th century, people were used of people dying all the time. I don't think it was a really, I don't think it was bothering them at all. Because I've seen memoirs of my own relatives. And they came from families, let's say, for 7, 8 children. 2 died before they were 5. Somebody died in their teens from some type of disease that would be cured nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And nobody was happy about it, but they just went on about their way. It was like, all right, yeah, what can you do? Yeah. And I think that was the most of the history, because it's about just surviving for most of the history, right? And after the industrialization, we got romantic comedies.
Yeah.
And then you have generations over generations who think love means to just fall head over heels, to send flowers, to serenade or whatever. Yeah, but
like a Disney movie.
Life isn't that sweet, right? You need for a drama, for the theater, for a movie, you need those type of isolated instances where you just express some real emotion, but in a manner that's not real at all, right? And I think, you have nowadays, probably after the Second World War, especially when cinema in general got to where it's at, right? You have those movie productions. Yeah, I think most people in the Western world are pretty confused about their emotions. Yeah, that they think it's not normal to be just from a, let's say, from a 10 scale gradation on a 6 or 7. They think it's bad. Which is pretty bullshit. Yeah, right. That's what
we was talking about. The when you have the phone all the time, you see people constantly being happy, but they never show their negative sides. So that's why I think people are constantly happy.
But that's the power of suggestion, right? You think that you are witnessing somebody's real, authentic life. Yeah, which is not. If you remind yourself that it's an isolated, most of the time, really staged performance of sorts, right? You get a little bit less nervous about not doing those things, right? Because it's really about impression, not about the authenticity for most of the social media things.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people forget that.
I don't know if they forget it, but I think they want an excuse of having. Sometimes people want to blame somebody for their own mistakes. For instance, if you don't get a good job, all right, but my teachers were really bad, And technically, at least part of it is always true. It's not like you had everything given to you and then you just messed up. It's always the case. Yeah, somebody didn't work enough for you to be able to do this or to have that, or But then again, you have the internet. You have all those options, right? It's a matter of It's a matter of, all right, do I look deeply into myself and think, all right, how much time may I have? How much options can I generate for myself, right? And it's just difficult.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, the internet is creating a lot of options also, as you talked about.
I guess that would be the best description for you guys, right? Yeah. To just set a challenge to create options, and then see what happens. Yeah. But do you have a gun with you?
No. Nope. Of course not.
No, well, of course not. I think you could. Oh no, maybe there are some jurisdictions who wouldn't allow you to come into their country.
Probably, I don't know. Yeah. We don't even have guns, so you're not allowed to carry guns in Norway without having the
permission.
Yeah, the hunting license.
Yeah. No, it's not a hunting. No. But it's a permission.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, which countries do you plan to visit?
After this is Lithuania and Poland, Czech, Austria, Croatia, and all the way down to Greece, and then take the
Montenegro
ferry.
and Bosnia,
Yeah.
Greece, Italy.
Yeah.
And then back home it's Switzerland, Germany,
Denmark. Norway.
Yeah, sounds pretty vanilla.
Yeah, I heard about
Because
Albania.
it doesn't sound to me that you would like to be in, I don't know, Sarajevo or Albania.
Yeah, we're going to Albania.
Yeah.
Wait, so are you going?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, I read
Thanks.
like on Norwegian, the traveler state website, they told us that like I checked all the countries, seems fine. Albania, I think it's allowed to carry guns.
I guess the one benefit for you guys, you have your own car transportation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a key.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember seeing on the internet some hitchhikers. They wanted to prove that people are basically good.
Yeah. Okay.
So they wanted to hitchhike all over the place, even in those not safe places, right? And they got they ended there.
Yeah, there's not always sunshine stories, I would say. But most of the time, I would say it is.
Yeah, I mean, if you have your own transportation, that is a big plus for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, because I think I've heard even from millionaires that they got either robbed or sort of attacked in Romania, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And not on a shady street, just out of a club or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we're always taking that precautions.
There's a reason why that part of the world is basically on the lowest ranks possible in almost all statistics.
I thought Mexico was, Mexico had like the top 8 or 10 or something.
Yeah, Mexico is probably now the worst
place to be,
because they have the cartels running
everywhere.
things.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like after Europe, maybe we can go like down to Asia or something.
But what is the point? To prove that it's possible, or to see whether or not you can deal with adversity? Because you know you can deal with adversity, but why would you like to seek it? And that's extreme form, right? Because you won't get I don't know, bigger claims for having been tough enough, right? Those people who are tough enough usually get the biggest beatings.
Yeah, true. No, we're not we're trying to show that the world is like a good place, most of all. But I mean, you can get to bad luck and meet bad people. But I mean, we could have gone to Oslo and met bad people there. We could just go out in our own city and meet bad people there.
That was the one thing I wanted to say. If you want some adversity, you can find it in Norway probably as well.
Yeah, I know. But that would make a great television show.
And it's to actually experience the cultures.
Yeah,
like,
as well.
There's different cultures all over.
For instance, in Latvia, I can tell you right now, you're not experiencing Latvian culture, because I'm not your average Latvian at all.
Yeah, but we're going to the west coast or driving, so maybe we can meet some.
Well, Liepaja is also a port city, meaning that they had historically a different. No, well, not big cultures mingling, but still. The battery.
Yeah. To charge it. So, but
well, let's try it with the sound. We'll see.
All the way, like on the way there, maybe. We don't know. I don't have any destinations on the way there, so.
No, that's just like the what's it called? We're going towards that place.
Yeah. Actually, I can try to just.
No, it's not. You can just stream.
Put the angle towards more you. We'll see how it goes. Can you move a little bit closer?
Yeah.
I think this will work.
Er det fullt på kamera? Ah, ja.
Vi fikk ikke dømt i går, så det.
Ja, stemmer det. Det er 90 kort da. Skal vi gjøre det?
Nei. Vi har fått filmet ganske mye.
Okay.
All right. I think this will work.
Yeah.
At least you are in the frame.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Perfect.
Enough. All right, but still, my question to you guys will be, if your documentary is made, what happens next is not really guaranteed, right? You're not guaranteed the airtime.
No, nothing.
Right?
No,
You're
no,
not
no.
guaranteeing anything.
No.
Nothing at all.
Correct. And if you're not going on Norwegian television or nothing, we're gonna just make it into a YouTube series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess for you guys in the long run, if you
Yeah.
want to have media presence,
Mm.
it might be even more beneficial because then you own all your content. Because
Yeah.
I think usually when you work with a production company, they
Yeah.
want to own your stuff, or
Yeah.
at least
Or
license,
Yeah,
license
correct.
it in a way that you cannot decide
Mm.
what to do with it afterwards.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, but I'm thinking like if this fails, we're like in good contact with the production firm,
Mhm.
so they want to help us with the next project as well. So they're gonna teach us. I mean, we didn't go to school for filming or school
No.
for interviewing or school for nothing. So except for what we're doing, like IT consultants. So
Technically, you can, right?
you can, yeah. But I mean, I don't have the time for it. No, but I'm studying full time next to my job, so it's like 8 hours school and 8 hours studying.
Are you now on some type of holidays?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's 5 weeks vacation and 5 weeks permission. Unpaid weeks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, so then you will be able to do the same only after a year?
Yeah, correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hmm. So we need to wait the whole year and then do the next year. But we love doing this stuff.
But you
and
can
travel,
go
so-
all in.
Yeah, I think
Mm.
we're.
I mean, you can,
Yeah.
you know, quit your job
Mhm.
and just say, all right, this is it.
Yeah, but we need the money and stuff, So.
Well,
yeah.
but here's the thing. I don't really believe Norwegians should be in the need to work. At
Mm.
least in my fantasy land,
Oh yeah, but you need to pay rent.
Norway is
yeah.
always the place, even if you are at your lowest low,
Mm.
the state will provide for you.
Correct. They will give you, and there's a lot of people taking advantage of that. That's for sure. But I mean,
But isn't it, is it really taking advantage, or is just
Yeah.
using the time to reflect maybe? Maybe you don't need to become some type of person you don't want to be,
mhm.
right?
Yeah, but I mean, but the people are taking. Some people are taking advantage because they're too lazy, and that's a fact. They don't want to work, so they just get money from the state. I mean, there's a lot of reasons people get money from the state. Is because they're maybe sick or struggling or need a break from work and stuff. So that's fine. But I mean, there's a lot of people also taking the advantage because they don't want to work at all.
Which is probably pretty understandable.
Sometimes, yeah,
No, but look, you said it yourself,
Yeah.
right? You need the money,
yeah,
right?
correct.
Which means, all right, there's a problem, right? Because it means if you wouldn't get the money, you wouldn't be working there.
Mm-hmm. But we still
See?
need to.
You're not doing what you are. Because look, I'm in Latvia. I can
Yeah.
say this about myself.
Mm.
I'm in the economic system where I said, all right, I don't even know if we provide anything for our people, right? It's just all right. If I work, if I play my cards, I can get by, right? I wouldn't be a millionaire from doing that, but maybe in 10 years time, 20 years time, if I use the right opportunities, maybe I get some passive income level that allows me to retire or something like that, right? But it's up to me most of the time. Considering the last 2 years, it's not really 100% up to me because 2019 was, in reflection, one of the best years, right? It seemed, the country's finally getting a bit prosperous. Finally, people are friendlier. Finally, it's becoming what we were told that we'll become more Western, more freedom, right? Everything, right? And then it's just boom, lockdown.
Yeah.
What is free speech? Shut up, right? Because I mean, nowadays people really they get in jail. They even wanted to introduce, and some of it got introduced in the parliament and made into law. That the free speech thing is not really relevant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean it's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary. You see, you grew up thinking, all right, it'll be a struggle, right? You need to overcome different hurdles, overcome cultural barriers, historic barriers, everything, right? But in the long run, we'll be fine. We'll be more like Germany, like Danish people, right? No, 2 years and you see what?
Everything changed. Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost like a 180.
Oh, okay.
What I mean, those people who said they were conservatives, they pushed for the same-sex marriage, right? It's like what
because
kind
of Corona?
Kind of,
Just did you see an option or a possibility because of the lockdown, or what happened?
I don't think it's really related to the case. I think it's just sort of related to the fact that politicians who want to be politicians in an authentic way, meaning you don't have any talent, you don't have any other interests, but you want to rule over other people, right?
Yeah.
I think those people, if they are in an environment where other people who would be more competent and more sort of logical, if they don't put them in their place, those people get in power at one point, and then just they will tell you anything you want to hear, right? Oh, you are conservative. I'm conservative too, right? I just want the best for the family and everything, right? And once you get in there, what about the same-sex thing, right? Let's push it.
Sounds like politicians.
But that's the thing. You always knew that some of it was happening, but you always also saw that they try to hide it as best as they can, right? To be sleazy. But during these past 2 years, nothing. You just deal with it. You want to protest? No, you cannot protest because of the COVID thing. Right? Because we are so concerned about your health, right? We don't want you to get COVID, so we are sending police to beat you, right? We are so concerned about your health, and then you see it, and so this wasn't the thing that was promised.
Wasn't it the same thing that happened in Russia now? Where they, like, when the protesters in Moscow because of the Ukrainian war, and they were telling us, you can't gather that many people because of COVID. Wasn't it the same thing?
You need an excuse for the authoritarian regime to just put a stop to what you're doing, right? And it was so idiotic, because I remember the day when Russia invaded Ukraine. That same afternoon, they changed the law. Before that, it was only you can gather 20 people outside, right? And that was the main reason for the past 2 years to make, I don't know how many stupendous fines for people. I mean, I remember one case where a woman was just going past a protest where there were, I don't know, 30 people perhaps. She just paused for a moment, looked around, right? The police got her on camera, right? And she was fined like 500 euros, right? Which is only since this year the minimum wage. So for a month, right?
Holy.
Man, and you just see what's happening, and you say, what? How come? How come this? But once you wanted to protest, you were just shut down by the police. And on the same day when Russia invaded Ukraine, they changed the law. Now I don't know how many thousands can protest. Right? And and so the same day they changed the law. 2 hours later, the same people from the parliament went to the Russian embassy. Free Ukraine, free Ukraine. Right? But no hypocrisy here. Right? Move on. No hypocrisy. Besides that, not only were there even more people than there, because they just speculated how many thousands could come, right? So they made that number, which was, I don't know how many 100 times bigger than the previous day, where people still got fines for being more, right? And not just that, but also for the making noise, right? They were also separate, because there's like a hooliganism thing. So the woman who is the Minister of Interior, she asked the police not to sort of engage with those people, meaning to do nothing for them, right? So on that day, everything was fine that you did, but the previous day you would have you got fines, I don't know, for probably thousands or more euros.
Holy.
And you see that, and you think, come on, are you guys thinking we are that stupid, right? The previous day you said you are concerned about our health, and every protest needed to be squashed because it's so dangerous for the infections, right? And now just free Ukraine.
Everything is open.
And then you see, all right, those politicians don't decide upon anything. It's just some shady people in the dark who just use them as puppets. It's just how could you not think that, right? Seeing this type of situation, and one day just. Now it's fine. Now it's fine.
I don't think we have any problems like that in Norway, like with the... I mean, we have the COVID restriction with gathering and stuff, but I think there's also was like a big protest of like people who didn't believe in COVID and believe in masks, and they walked all across Oslo without any problems, even they broke the rules. I think it's because of the freedom of speech, and I don't know... somewhere in the middle.
Well, it does seem to me, I mean, talking to you guys even, it seems to me that your culture would be more moderate, more concerned about humans as beings.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I've read those Russian stories about 19th century Tsarist Russia and exile system and stuff like that, and you see where that comes from, that nihilistic perspective for human life. You see that it's not about Putin, it's about the culture in general for the past I don't know how many hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Right, and that's a strange situation to have in the 21st century.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah.
And I think Norway could be the sort of beacon if you guys just play your cards right, I guess.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know.
But you should get into politics, dude.
No.
Look,
No.
But that's the thing. I remember seeing have you heard of the Stanford prison experiment?
Yeah, I think I've heard about it, but I can't remember exactly what it was.
It was an experiment from I think a Stanford professor in the 70s, where they wanted it was the summer holidays, and they wanted to do a project with I don't know how many students, but let's just say 20 students. And they wanted to do it, I think, for 6 weeks, meaning that they built their classrooms into some type of prison. Well, just to make mock-up prison, basically, right? And so they divided the students into one half will be the guards, will play the guards, the other half will be the inmates. And they had to stop the experiment on the 6th day because it got too out of hand with the brutality from the guards.
Yeah, I remember now.
Right, I liked the film, and
I've seen the movie. Yeah,
there were several films about that, but in 2015, I think there was a film where they actually used original footage, and it was really interesting to see the dude who was playing a guard, and he was the most brutal of them all. And after the experiment was cancelled, they asked him, so why did you do that? And he basically said, well, I thought that somebody will stop me once I cross a line, right? But nobody did, so I thought, all right, I can do it more. So he didn't have a moral compass for limiting himself. It was just, all right, I'll just do whatever, and then somebody probably will, in a position of authority, stop me, right? And see, that's the saying where what was the downfall of a society is where not some bad people want to get into power, but it's when the good people don't stop them.
Yeah, correct. But I still believe there's more like good people in the world than bad people.
Well, you're Norwegian.
Yeah.
So that's your biggest fault, right? Being Norwegian. Thinking.
So far on this journey, we just met nice people, no problem at all. Nothing.
No, that's the thing, right? In a regular segment, I would totally agree. Everything seems to go in a pretty smooth way, right? And now these 2 years, I'm not so sure anymore. I'm not so sure. I mean, if you would ask me, will Russia invade Ukraine? No way.
No. We would have said the same.
Will the COVID restrictions be so that 60 or 70,000 people will get laid off in Latvia? No way. Just if you would randomly ask me any questions about some restrictions or rights abuses, I would say no way. It's not possible. It's not the time anymore, right? And I would be totally wrong.
Yeah. So would we.
So I'm really humbled by these years of my ability to predict anything.
Yeah. This is a really special situation, if you ask me. Like nothing like this has happened in Europe since World War II. So it's a long time ago.
Well, technically, I think in 1999, when the Kosovo War broke out, that would be the closest one, because those people in that region, as far as I understand, they are really up to no good. Yeah. I mean, Ukrainians and Russians, on an average, I think they don't have so much hate towards each other. They make fun of each other, right?
There's a lot of Ukrainian people living in Russia, and
the opposite.
And the opposite is like Russian people are living in Ukraine. They're getting married.
Many family ties. Yeah.
It's the same as Swedish and Norwegian, and like the same.
I'm half Swedish.
Yeah, and it's probably I don't know. Like
it's the same. It's like.
But would you use the opportunity to invade Sweden?
No.
Why not?
Never. Why?
Because you could be king of two countries.
Yeah, but why? Peace is better.
Yeah, see? And that's the thing. It's not like
I don't see the reason
it's
why.
It's not like people would disagree with you, right? But when it comes to some type of indoctrination,
Yeah, but I can't understand the reason why he wants Ukraine. Why? Just to get the bigger, what's it called? Playing field,
because the narrative is that Ukraine and Belarus and Moldova are just Russia's territory that's confusingly got isolated.
Yeah, but
from
have you
Russia.
seen Russia? It's super big. Why do you need more?
Well,
why can't you just be happy with that?
Yeah, but the big part in the middle is not really densely populated, right?
No, but make it
It's
densely.
a big
That's true.
taiga.
Yeah.
It's not really, because most of the population, I think, is in the. I think most of the population of Russia is in the west. Basically, the Ural Mountains would be the separation point, and then maybe also up to maybe near Alaska. I don't know, but in the middle, it's just
open fields and mountains.
Of course, they have towns historically, but not much of the density for population for sure.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why Russia could easily be, let's say, 16 separate countries.
Well, it could be.
And Moscow and Petersburg wouldn't notice a thing.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because they are a state within a state almost. They are so big and so resource rich. They don't need the Siberian tundra for anything.
No,
but still.
Unless the permafrost gets away, then maybe they need some of those minerals.
But I mean, I still don't understand why. Like, let's say if Norway attacked Sweden or something like that, I'm pretty sure that the Norwegian people wouldn't have any of it, and it would stop right there before it even started.
But when was the last war between Scandinavian people?
That's a long time ago. Maybe 1800s? I think so.
I'm not good historically.
No, I think it's in the 1800s. I think so.
Because Finland had the war with Russia in the Second World War.
Yeah.
Right? Norway got separated from Sweden, I think, at the start of 20th century. When was Norway founded?
1814.
1814?
Yeah.
But what happened, or was it your language that got introduced in the 20th century?
No, we had the Danish language. So
and modified it.
Yeah.
So when did your language become official, Norway?
Oh, that's a good question. But we wrote the laws, the Grundlov, what's it called?
Oh, jag vet inte det.
You know the laws of the country. The what's it called in English?
The laws?
Yeah, or the I don't remember the name.
We'll nästan Google.
Let's see. The thing that in English that Nicolas Cage steals in the movie National Treasure. Constitution. Yeah, in 1814.
1840, but you got your independence in 1814?
Yeah.
Or were you just a region with a constitution? Because that also happens sometimes. Good
question.
An autonomous region within a kingdom having its own constitution.
Well, you were Norwegian, like Norway separate.
Yeah. I thought something happened in the 20th century for Norway.
Not that I know of.
All right. But so when was your language introduced then?
Good question. No idea.
But probably a bit after then, right? After the constitution.
No, I think we were speaking Danish up to like some kind of Danish. I can't remember when Denmark owned Norway and then Sweden got it and then we became Norway. I can't remember. I'm gonna Google.
Yeah, because I thought Norway became like a fully separate country only in the 20th century. And
no, it was before that.
And it was related. No, because see, Canada also had the first Bill of Rights or something like that in the 19th century. But Canada was founded, I think, as this entity as it is in the 20th century.
We got the Norwegian language kinda in the 1800s.
All right.
Yeah, it was based on the Danish one.
Yep. Yeah, we modified it.
Yeah.
So nothing in particular happened in the 20th century.
No.
All right.
Not that I know of. Huh?
All right. Because for Latvia it was pretty, detrimental, right? First World War, Tsarist Russia broke down, Latvia was founded, then came Second World War, got occupied by the Soviet Union, and in the 1991 period regained independence. 2004 joined EU and NATO.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff have been happening for your country lately, or the
but
last couple of years.
That's the thing. Yeah. Most of our history is related to being subservient to other countries. Right?
I think we've been living peacefully for a long time, actually. And like we were actually like
I think up to the discovery of oil, there was no reason to go up there because it's too cold.
Yeah, it's too cold and there's nothing to. It's just mountains. But I mean, after we got the oil in, was it like 1970? I think. Then when it started to get a lot of money for the country. After that, but before that was probably nothing to. It was just fish, oil, and no fish and potatoes.
Something like that. Yeah, probably. And then I guess you could actually make your case that at one point in time you will be more influential than Sweden. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I just remember the funny thing about Sweden. They had they made the car brand Volvo.
Yeah.
You know, and right after Norway found the oil, they wanted to make a deal with Sweden that Sweden can take half of the oil money we get, and we get half of Volvo.
Not a bad deal.
Not
at
for
the
Sweden.
time. Not at the time, but they said no.
They said no.
And
they
we're happy about
it. Yeah, they've regretted it since.
Now Volvo is probably in China, I think, or something.
Yeah, it's not Swedish owned anymore.
Yeah,
it might be the case.
But be a really good deal for Sweden, but not for Norway.
Yeah, they would have earned a lot of money, but they didn't. They didn't
but
see.
But Norway still doesn't make cars.
No, we had a car mark, or we had a car brand called Troll.
Troll?
Yeah. But it never made to the public. It was like they made a handful of cars, and then they what's it called? A closed shop.
Yeah.
So
see, but that's the difference, right? What is the biggest industry for Norway after oil?
Fish, I guess.
Oof.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
There's been a lot of I don't remember what kind of things, but there's been a lot of Norwegians have pitched good ideas to the government and stuff, where the Norwegian government said no. Then these guys have gone over to Sweden and they said yes, and they earned a lot of money on that.
Yeah,
so then I stand corrected, because the one thing that was surprising to me when I was in Finland, because I didn't really do any research of it, but it surprised me that I thought after Nokia wasn't the giant it used to be, or that it's a pretty not an average economy, but not a massive economy. But then I noticed, they have so much industry over there, right? And it's because probably of their education system, because they are really looking forward to building people in general as competent beings, right? Yeah. And I guess it seems similar in Sweden.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then they don't really need natural resources. They just make the human capital.
Yeah, and that also works. And the funny thing about Sweden is I think it was in 1970s. You know the band ABBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest selling product in Sweden at the time. So they earned more money than the country of Sweden.
Yeah, why not? Because Sweden does have a nice music industry.
Yeah,
even today.
Yeah,
which is interesting because Finland and Norway, you don't hear a lot about them.
No, Norwegians are known for the heavy metal bands, the really heavy.
Finland as well, right?
Yeah.
So what does it mean that they are depressed?
Yeah,
but we have Astrid and Sigrid. They've
I don't know.
They've gone a little international.
Yeah.
So we're a basic country.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, you definitely are not a basic country. I mean,
music-wise.
Music-wise, yeah.
Wow.
I would say.
Well, I would say you probably have the freedom to choose many aspects, and then people they're not really looking at music as a possible career, but as a hobby, probably, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Because you have other countries where little kids are really just almost pushed into being some type of recording artist. Yeah, I guess. So what is Norway has the biggest wins in Olympics for biathlon or what?
I guess for skiing and stuff.
Yeah, Winter
Olympics. Yeah, I think it's almost.
But that's because we have a lot of snow a lot of the year, so we get a lot of practice in and natural
it was natural to just go skiing everywhere. Just a long time ago, people were just skiing to job and to works and to school and everything. So, I mean, it's kind of in our blood, I guess.
But your every that like a regular day isn't related to anything Norwegian in particular, right?
No.
It's not like you catch your fish and then.
No. We buy our fish, but then it's been the weird thing about the Norwegian fish. It's getting fished up in Norway, then it's getting sent to China, do the packaging there, and then it's getting sent back to Norway, and then you can buy it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Latvia even had a maritime dispute with Norway about fishing rights and what's it called, the Northern Sea?
Yeah.
Something like that. But you know, Norway has a lot more muscle.
Yeah, maybe.
No, because even though Norway isn't in the EU, they influence quite a lot EU policy when it comes to economic things, especially for fishing.
Okay. That's the one thing we're good at. Fishing
and I don't know about corruption. I don't know if Norway just buys up politicians in Europe. I don't know about that.
I wouldn't say
idea.
so. I don't think there's a lot of corruption going on in Norway in general.
I think there isn't
even
like,
physically possible to not have corruption. With
I mean, there's some corruption, but usually we have like this. The media is usually actually covering that stuff, so they're usually getting caught.
But didn't anything shady happen in the last 2 years in your country? Because even in Germany, they noticed the public procurements, the tenders, where some type of conflicts of interest.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of rules and restrictions for corruption, and I think I read an article on the news that a politician lady that lives in Oslo got like an apartment for free, got paid by the state because she lied about where she was living. So she got like a traveler's apartment in Oslo next to the state house, and I'm guessing that's it. No big cases.
Yeah, we have those similar things.
Yeah.
Because people who actually live here, once they got into parliament, they think, oh, why not just rack up the compensation as well?
Yep.
So they make their official address somewhere else.
Stuff like that, yeah.
And it seems to officially that they are traveling.
Yeah.
Right.
But things like that get usually uncovered by media and stuff, so I don't know. I think it's hard to be corrupt in Norway.
Would you actually like people of other countries in Europe to view Norway as a place for tourist attractions?
Yeah.
Or a place where to live?
Both, I would say. It's a really beautiful country, I would say so myself. We just explored it, like it's 2,500 kilometers long from north to south. So it's the same to go from Norway to down to Italy.
Yep.
So it's a really long and beautiful country, and we explored it last year, where we drove across whole of Norway. And you got everything you need except for the sunny beaches, I guess.
Sand beaches.
Yeah.
Who has more blonde people, Norway or Sweden?
I think there's the same.
Really?
Yeah. I think so. Basically. Yeah.
All right.
And I mean, also for the follow-up on your question, it's also a really nice place to stay and to live. You got a lot of opportunities. But I think it's really hard, like we talked about, to like get a... What's it called?
Visa?
Yeah.
Would you need a visa to come from the EU?
I don't know.
Did you have to make a visa?
No.
I think then it's reciprocal.
It's the same? Yeah.
I mean, it would be weird that Europe allows a Norwegian without a visa, and then Norway says, no, you need a visa.
Yeah, it's weird, yeah. Maybe. I think it's open then. I think I checked it like...
well, because I think Norway was in the Schengen area.
Ja, det må du svara på.
I think similar as Switzerland, and because the Schengen area was, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 countries more than the EU. I think Norway is one of those.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is, but we're part of like the EUS. It's a weird, not EU, but it's
the economic union. Yeah.
Is that what
it's the economic zone?
Ah, that's what it is.
European Economic Zone.
Correct. Correct.
It's bigger than the EU, but also the Schengen area. Can you check Schengen?
Yeah, sure.
So I'd like to believe Norway is in Schengen. I don't know about Iceland.
Yeah, it is.
Is Iceland also? Probably not.
Yeah. Isn't that Iceland? Oh, I think so. On the map it says. You can see the blue ones are the.
So, Schengen. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Mm.
So look at that.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I could go to a ferry.
Yeah.
And drive into Norway.
No problem.
Yeah.
So then we'll take the podcast in Norway next time.
Sure. By the way, even though you might want to go the traditional production, you could actually just still make parallel content for YouTube.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we were
That's
thinking
a
about that
possibility.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because you still have the option to just make both, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
It's not like the production company doesn't allow you to.
No. We talked about it. And it's no
They
problem.
encouraged us to.
Yeah, they said like more PR the better. Yeah, so just spread it everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. Maybe you can afterwards give me some link. I can just edit the description and make a plug for if does it have some type of page or not yet probably, right?
Oh, we have the Facebook group. I think that's the biggest one,
Oh,
and the TikTok, I guess, and Instagram. Yeah.
but the production company doesn't.
Oh, they do. Yeah, but we don't. We're not like what's it called? They not use picture of us or anything yet. So yeah.
Well, it's too early, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So when can we expect some type of?
I'm guessing in the winter,
Show?
maybe. Like then it starts the production. Hopefully in the winter time, and
But,
maybe next year if we're lucky.
Then again, it's all in mostly Norwegian, so
Yeah. We can
But
get
when
there.
are you back in Norway?
June.
Yeah, the start of June.
All right. So 2 months from now, you'll be back in Norway, and then it's
Then we'll
about
need to like
giving
sort
them
it.
giving them the content.
Yeah, and then they need to review it, and then we probably have to go to meetings with them, and if they're happy about it, they need to start editing and cutting and fixing the sounds and everything.
Yeah, and colors and everything.
And then they need to try to sell it to the Norwegian television channels, and then maybe it will air on the Norwegian TV.
But why would they need to sell it? Why not just air it and then see?
Oh, that's the thing about production. I didn't know that as well.
No, there's no channel in Norway that do production and the airing.
Yeah.
Like the channels use
Production firms.
Production firms.
Yeah.
To make the shows and buy the shows of the production firms.
Yeah.
And then air it.
But the channels are probably state owned, right?
Not
No.
all of them. No.
You are talking about a state owned,
No.
a private one.
Yep.
No, so then it's probably private money buying private content, then, right? Yeah.
So something like that. I mean, they some of the TV channels make or have their own production firms.
Yeah, 2, I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe 3.
really few of them. But then you need to get hired and get a job there. Yeah, and work for them. But we're like freelancers, I would say.
All right. So I guess I can at least give you afterwards I can upload it and give you the link to the recording.
Yeah, that's perfect. Then we can
Yeah.
share your podcast as well.
Yeah, I mean maybe then you can, because I don't have any pretensions on the content in general. If you like to use it in
it'd be
editing or
perfect.
somewhere, just go ahead.
Yeah, awesome.
Other than that, if you need anything, you just let me know.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have any guys? Do you guys have any questions about Latvia? Or
Yeah,
anything?
if we go towards to the west coast, is there anything you recommend us to see on the way? That would be like special for us. I don't know. I think like that.
You mean in a way of tourist attractions?
Yeah, not maybe.
Because
It doesn't have to be like tourist attraction, but if it's something that
special.
you feel like it's cool and you like it, or
I would say the city of Liepāja in general is just a pretty nice city compared to Latvian circumstances. I would say it's fine, and you could just roam around and see what happened, because I've been to Liepāja, but on specific occasions, either for the military purposes or for some court cases. So it's not like I was myself fully enjoying all of Liepāja, right?
Yeah.
But I would guess in the summer, of course, the seaside. Maybe now you can just take a walk, stroll by the sea. Other than that, I would say just look around where people are, and then because it's always been a sort of friendly port city, meaning that people if it's possible physically to people enjoy some I think there was a famous, more for Latvian circumstances, famous rock cafe.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So yeah, if you meet any people from Liepāja, just ask them about that. If it's nowadays open, I don't know. After 1st April, it technically is possible to open up shops again.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So it might be open.
Yeah. And what about if we want to like get the real Latvian experience? What kind of food is like the most Latvian, and like what is the most special thing about Latvia that?
Well,
like
I don't know. Look, I don't want to sound really, really cynical, right? But most, on average, people are. It's not very far from Russia, right? In the sense that depression, as an economic, economic circumstances that don't allow you to enjoy life in general as much as you would like to is a real thing. It's really, and I think Latvia has one of the. Let's see what's the suicide rates in the Baltics, because I think Lithuania were the leaders in either suicide or alcoholism.
Yeah, I think it's suicide actually.
Suicide per capita, Europe. Suicide rate by country 2022. So Lithuania is 7 in the world. Russia is 9th. With the lowest suicide rates. Oh, all right. What's this? Yeah, but they only have top 10. I would need. Oh, maybe this one.
Yeah.
So where's no? I think how is this chart supposed to be?
It was a weird one.
So can I? All right.
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
All right. So I guess so Latvia is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So Latvia is 15th on the suicide rankings. And let's just see alcoholism. Alcohol.
This wasn't a happy answer we want.
No. I might as well just turn around, but let's see. Alcoholism per capita. Wait. Is this one? Nope. My countries by alcohol consumption. Well,
yeah,
I guess it's the same.
Probably the same.
Yeah, this seems. So, well, that's 2019. Lithuania is. No, it's.
Oh.
I don't believe that Latvia could be. Oh, Europe. This is just for Europe.
So you're in the second place?
So Europe, yeah, we are second. Lithuania is 4th. Estonia is which one? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the world, I don't know if it maybe per capita. Let's see what Wikipedia says. 2016. Well, those are pretty old statistics then. 2020.
Yeah.
Let's try this one. LOL. Okay. And so where would I? Is this the world ranking per capita of a country? All right. Latvia is 3rd.
Oh.
And Lithuania is 7th, I guess. 7th. Estonia is somewhere in the 12th, 13th position.
Do you find Norway somewhere?
No, but this is impossible. Russia has a bigger alcoholism for sure. This is a misleading. This is a misleading statistic. And leaders of pure, because Russia has the most
pure alcohol,
or at least total. Man, those statistics are weird. Why not just make an intuitive one? Which year is this?
Is Uganda on top?
Alcoholism per capita world. alcohol consumption, but don't they have alcoholism as well? Countries drink the most per capita. So, Czech Republic probably.
Okay.
Czechia.
Yeah.
Czech Republic, Latvia, Moldova, Germany. Yeah, Germany definitely has beer. Czech Republic same. Latvia has also beer. Lithuania. All right,
Luxembourg, actually.
but this is weird, because Russia is not here, and Russia is always there.
Yeah. Maybe they're lying on the statistics.
But still, what I'm getting at is it's not that fancy to be in an average position here. And I would say the only positive thing would be almost like metaphysical, right? Because you always think, all right, it's just a temporary struggle maybe, and then you can either, I don't know, find a new job, emigrate somewhere, and it's difficult to predict nowadays because 2022, it was the funny thing was, the lockdown started 2020. They were in different scenarios, but once the traveling restrictions were banned, the airport was flooded with people just buying one-way tickets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's not really easy to predict whether or not those people or most of them will be coming back anytime soon, right? Because I don't think the past 2 years have been really beneficial for the long term. I mean, just you don't know how it will affect people in 2 years, 3 times, year, 4, 5 year time, right? But the best thing about that's not really related to any social policies or anything like that is probably the nature, right? Because we are in a certain geographic position that allows us to enjoy all seasons, right? And then again, you have the option of comparing it to your seasons. And seeing where some type of beauty lies in the spring. I would say
the beaches. When we drove through from Estonia down here, so the beaches, really beautiful. So the nature as well.
Yeah. So that would be probably the biggest capital that we could have as a country, to have the nature, untouched nature in many respects. So people from, I've heard many people coming from foreign countries and saying, you are so green, right? And that will be the biggest selling point, I guess. Okay. And other than that, man, you just will meet. Well, I don't think on average Latvians are unfriendly. I just think it's a normal. If you have everyday struggle in a sense, right?
It's understandable.
You just have your worries to think about first. And other than that, I mean, we are used to having lots of tourists, especially during the summertime. At least before 2020. Right. And it was getting really normal for people to see tourists, to know what they are looking for, or to interact with them more. So we are on that aspect. I think Latvia is pretty tourist friendly. And when it comes to some alternative scenes, I haven't been in touch with them at all. I just know that most of the time they are just copying what they saw either in Britain or some big countries. Well, because I
think we're just gonna drive and just see what we find along the route.
The sea, the rock cafe. And if you have any particular interests, I guess you could just ask the tourist info center, because usually if they know their stuff, they will also advise you on things that might as well be in the brochure.
Correct. Of course.
Because Liepāja is a tourist city in a sense,
okay.
So you'll find some useful information.
But I saw one thing on the I have a couple, like I used its TripAdvisor. And I saw a couple of things that seems interesting. Something called Sinnaville.
That's somewhere in Tukums, I guess.
I think it's on the way almost.
I think it was used as a stage city for some films.
That seems really special. And
I haven't been there, so I don't know how interesting it is. But I know people who just liked to go there on a weekend, for instance. But
this is one stop.
It's a sort of like a set.
That would be really cool to see, if you ask me.
If you have the option, why not? Sure.
We're in no hurry, even though we're actually in a hurry. So, but we're not stressing too much. let's see. I got a couple of places, and it's let's see here. Sinevilla, yeah, and a bridge called Bridge to Nowhere in Tukums, Sati.
I think that's pretty nearby then.
It's
Well, at least not too far away from the Cineville.
this one, just a bridge that's leads to nowhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Yeah,
if I have seen that one.
this is something like special.
But maybe it's related to the same story with the
Oh,
Cineville.
maybe, yeah,
Yeah,
can
just
be,
a prop.
can be. Well, and some more stuff, but
Because I think Cineville was used for some war type movies.
yeah, it seems like it on the
And
pictures at least, in cowboy
Yeah.
movies and
So it might be related to, you know, in the
Yeah.
First World War they used trains for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
then we got some other stuff. That's some place called Garden of Dolls.
Duole?
Dolls. It's a garden with a lot of
Oh,
Figures.
figures.
I don't know where that
Yeah.
is. Does it say where it is?
Sabile.
Sobin?
Sabile.
Yeah, it's
Sabile.
then it's sort of in
Yeah.
that direction.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
But I
Just
haven't-
following that
but I-
route.
But I haven't
Yeah.
heard of a doll
Hmm.
garden.
That's really special, and that's the thing that's funny to see. Like the really like fucked up things.
Well, I mean, I guess that's just a really specifically made tourist attraction.
Yeah.
Yep.
'Cause I really haven't heard of any doll garden.
No, it's really special. And then there's one more thing. It's a rapid waterfall in.
Cool.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, that's a small town.
Yeah.
Yeah. During the past years, they have renovated a lot of things. I don't know how it is in the spring, but yeah, why not?
Why not?
You can just because it's a.
Mm.
I guess it's sort of either German or Swedish influenced city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you know we at one time or another were ruled by the Swedish people, so that's why the old town looks the way it is.
Oh, okay.
Right,
That's
and
it.
yeah,
Oh.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, the old town looks really beautiful.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks to the Swedish
Yeah.
and the German.
I mean, it looks like for me, it looks like Italian or.
It's definitely not Russian.
Yeah. Okay, it's not. No.
Yeah.
The architecture is like really cool with the details in the windows.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I know a lot of things. Well, the old town is really almost medieval Swedish type.
Yeah.
Swedish type, most, not all. But in the near center, I know a lot of buildings were made either during the 19th century or the early 20th century, and it was related to I think the Riga mayor, who was a Brit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he was sort of a merchant or something like that, so he was a little bit international. So yeah, they made French art for Art Nouveau and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's more internationally influenced than
Oh, okay.
yeah. And because again, I mean, Latvia for most of its time has been some type of under some type of rule,
Yeah.
right? And so yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think we've seen the old town in Sweden. We've seen the old town in Tallinn. And this one is yeah, it's kind of like the Swedish one.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Swedish people do
Yeah.
many times recognize it.
Yeah.
Some similarities
Yeah.
here in the old town, and then French people like, or just architecturally minded people in general like those Art Nouveau, Jugendstil buildings. So yeah, it's just you know, a mix, because our law is also based, I think, from France, from Napoleon when he just conquered half of Europe. So yeah, it's just the Romans, the French, the Germans.
Everything is influenced. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it made up a beautiful city, or a part of a city. So they did a good job, I would say.
Well, again, I mean, those Scandinavians, man, they know what they're doing.
I don't know about that. We don't know what they're doing.
No idea.
No idea.
Well, but look at it this way: you are a product of centuries of well-minded people, right? You inherited the culture in a way,
Yeah.
and then again, it's about where you will be taking it further, right? And yeah, for instance, for myself, I'm just thinking, all right, how can I still live in this country, right? Where I don't have to emigrate, because I know from my sister's experience that basically if I would be in Germany, France, America, it would be much easier for especially for my profession, but also in general. Just because she was living abroad for I think 10 years.
Oh, okay.
And so she returned because it's just homeland, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing other than that, just homeland. But she works twice as much, gets paid twice as little, right? You know, all these different things she wouldn't have to deal with if she would have stayed, right? And it's just
So if you wanted, do you want to move out of Latvia, or do you want to stay? Like,
no,
for the long term,
I would like to improve where I'm at, right?
Yeah.
So it's just it's a comfort thing for me. It's not really, because I think you don't produce the soil. You don't take it with you when you die. And by the way, most of the soil in Latvia is owned by Scandinavians.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So I think Scandinavians own 60 or 70% of Latvia.
Oh, wow.
Basically, the forests, the agricultural land is mostly owned by Danish or a little bit also Germans.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Forests are mainly Swedish. So
it's
it's not like if Russia would invade that I would be the first to say we need to protect our land. It's not our land. let the neutral Sweden come and protect its property. So it's economics, right? I mean, so Swedish banks are 90% of our financial system.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I see you have a lot of Swedbank.
Yeah,
or
Swedbank.
Swed, SEB.
Yeah.
So. I think from where was DNB?
Yeah, that's
Den Norske Bank.
Yeah, that's
the Norwegian bank.
Yeah.
Oh, so no Norwegians in the mix.
Oh, okay. So you have DNB here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
I didn't know we were taking over countries.
And that's the relation. I mean, I mean, the biggest capital investments come from Norwegian pension funds.
Oh, it does.
Latvia. Yeah, I think there was a calculation that Norwegian pension funds owned like 50% of Latvian capital market.
Oh. But are we doing it? Is it like improving the situation or doing it worse?
I don't think they are doing it worse. I really don't think. I think Scandinavian people in general, even though they exploit some aspects, I don't think they are as bad colonialists as the French were or some other countries, right? I think the French are really, exploiting to the fullest their former African colonies, right? But I think the Swedish or Scandinavian people in general, they want to still economically profit, which is just reasonable, right? But they want to also be able to go there and to do business there and maybe live for a while there. So they are more interested in having that type of situation where they feel comfortable also when they are there.
Yeah, so not planning on taking over like...
not like a plantation type of situation. So I think the Scandinavians are really humane slave owners.
Okay.
Right?
That's a nice way of putting it, yeah. Well, I think we need to get going.
You have a long journey ahead of you.
And especially with that old car, so and especially in this city because it's really stressful driving here.
Yeah.
And the stream seems like it stopped.
Oh, it stopped as well.
Yeah, maybe the battery just ran out. It could be the case. Yeah,
you didn't charge it?
Well, no, I had 100%, but it runs out.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah.
It runs so fast. All right, so let's put a stop, and then you are able to go on your way.